What is going on, faithful? It is your boy Niner Sickness with another Niner Sickness episode late night. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everyone is having a wonderful Monday evening night. It is 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So those that are joining me, welcome. We're going to talk a little free agency. How are you guys doing? It is almost going to be 2 days removed from that ugly defeat. How's everybody doing tonight? What's up, Alfonso? Is in the house. What's up, Alfonso? Welcome to the channel. Orale, way. Bebop is in the house. What's up, Bebop? Welcome. Stevo Supremo, wipe your feet. I would appreciate that very, very much. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Oh, my goodness. Well, it is the off season for the San Francisco 49ers. Our season's over. A beautiful, beautiful season, 2023. 2022-23 was a wonderful season. Unfortunately, it did not end the way that we wanted it to end. It ended in the NFC Championship game just like last year. Although I think that last year's game was less painful to watch than this game against the Eagles, for the fact that how does a team like the San Francisco 49ers go through four quarterbacks, and still make the NFC Championship game? There are teams out there that can't even make the NFC Championship game with a good starting quarterback. The Cowboys can do it. The Browns can do it. So many teams out there with great quarterbacks, and they cannot get to the NFC Championship. And here you have the 49ers that went through four quarterbacks and were able to get to the NFC Championship game. What's up, Bryant? Welcome to the channel, my friend. Welcome to the channel. So, can't wait for the show, man. Y'all really, all I know is it is tough to win a Super Bowl. It is tough to get an NFC Championship game, and you get there with four quarterbacks. I don't know if you guys are still upset, if you guys are still angry, frustrated about this loss. But I've been hearing a lot about Kyle Shanahan. He needs to get fired. Brock Purdy is a wuss. He's a sissy. He should have came back and played, and he should have tried to throw the ball, work through his pain. And I'm like, I'm hearing these things, right? I'm like, is this truly coming from 49er fans? Have some 49er fans, not all of us, but have some 49ers fans stoop that low to call Brock Purdy a pussy because he did not come back and play to their expectations with that injury? I don't know what to say, man. It's so unfair. What's up, Gabriel Hernandez? What's up, Beto? Niners for life. Luis Moreno's in the house. What's up, Luis? Welcome to the podcast. What's up, Beto? So what do you think the Niners do going forward. I think we need to upgrade on the right side of the O line. We definitely need to upgrade the O line and we need to upgrade the D line. I don't know about you, but Javon Kinlaw is just not what we hope he would be. Javon Kinlaw is not what I hoped he would be. A lot of it has to do with his injury, but we need someone in the middle that is able to put pressure, cave the pocket, send the quarterback to the outside. And we're not getting that from Javon. Last year, we had some of that with DJ Jones. Didn't we miss DJ Jones more this year than we have missed Javon Kinlaw, period? Or is it just me? Is it just me? Part of me wishes we would have got rid of Javon Kinlaw and kept DJ Jones. Romeo, what's up, my friend? Still Niner faithful, brother. Gotta remain faithful, baby. For life. Hello from the 505. Frustrated, like you said, for quarterbacks, but I love the defense and offense. They made it happen. I'm glad for my Niners. I'm still there. I am not going to burn or break anything. I'm going to put a big smile and be proud of my Niners and wait until next year. Listen, this season did not end the way we wanted it. It sucked the way it ended, especially with Brock Purdy getting hurt the way he did. But you're right, Alfonso. You have every right, every one of us have the right to be proud. To be proud of the San Francisco 49ers for what they accomplished this season. They might have not gotten to where they wanted to go, but to get to the NFC Championship game, not with one, not with two, but your third string quarterback. And then you lose them in that game, and then your fourth string quarterback comes in for 11 plays and gets hurt. And then you're forced to put in your third string that got hurt and cannot throw the ball. It is hard to win that way. And this is why I don't understand the hate towards Kyle Shanahan. Is he worthy of some of the blame? Perhaps. But to say that he is completely the reason why our quarterbacks got hurt is ludicrous. What Kyle Shanahan was able to do with Brock Purdy is freaking amazing. And also credit to Brian Griese. Brian Griese last year was on TV commentating on college football. He was brought in by Kyle Shanahan, first year as a quarterback's coach, and I believe that Trey would have eventually flourished underneath him if he wouldn't have got hurt. Jimmy G was playing good football until he got hurt. And then Brock Purdy played good football. So kudos to Brian Greasy for being a great coach. Hey, of many Raider fans said that we should be proud because no third string quarterback don't take you to the end. Yeah, and that's so true. When was the last time you heard a third string quarterback take a team to the NFC Championship game? I don't care if you have the number one defense. I don't care if you have a great run game. Maybe a number two quarterback, but a third string? How did that work out for the Miami Dolphins? So many teams out there this year that went on to their second and third. How did all that work out for the Jets? And yet we were able to get back to the NFC Championship game with Brock Purdy. That is a testament of Kyle Shanahan. And then the addition of bringing in Christian McCaffrey is a testament of John Lynch doing his GM job. Oh, you're talking about the the Eagles defensive line is crazy, man. Already hearing that's the thing, Luis. People are going to talk about that. The social media, the talking heads. Right now, it's all about the Super Bowl. Right now, it's all about Philadelphia Eagles against the Kansas City Chiefs. But once the Super Bowl is over with, you're going to get all these people from First Take, from Get Ready, and all these other talk shows. They're going to start talking about Tom Brady going to the San Francisco 49ers. The guy is 46 years old. Yes, I know he's a Hall of Famer. Yes, I know he's a 7-time Super Bowl champion. But I also know he's 46. And I also know he can't move as he used to. But he doesn't get hurt. He doesn't get hurt. And our salary cap is going up. But is he worth bringing over for a year? Can Tom Brady truthfully get us over the hump? I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. But we're going to hear a lot of that going forward. I wish they would have tried a Debo pass. At that point, Bryant, it's like your heart was taken out of you. When Brock Purdy couldn't throw anymore and they knew it was a serious injury, I mean, what are you going to do? Try to win this game and go into the Super Bowl with Josh Johnson? Jimmy Garoppolo? I just felt that when Brock Purdy went down, the heart of Kyle Shanahan was pulled out of his chest. And I'm just glad that Debo or Christian McCaffrey or Ayuk or Kittle did not get hurt in this game. Look at Bosa. Bosa gets hurt, and he's not even in the game. He's in the sideline. Who gets hurt standing in the sideline? It's just one of those nights, man. Yep. The play sheet went straight out the window. We already tried to trade Jimmy Ward, though. I would like to bring Jimmy Ward back for the right amount. Steven Ortega, how you doing, sir? Welcome. Make sure to hit that like button. Niner Sickness, who do you think we should sign on defense? I would say another corner or a safety if Jimmy Ward leaves. We got a corner by the name of Quinteres Knight. I'm butchering his first name. Quinteres Knight, that I want you guys to keep an eye on. This kid has been hurt. He was redshirted for the most part. He's a great corner. You guys need to keep an eye on that guy. I think he's going to be great for us. Should we get rid of... Let's talk about Mike McClinchy for a minute. Should the Niners consider moving on from Mike McClinchy? I know a lot of Niner fans are not happy with Mike McClinchy of late. But I ask this question. If we move on from Mike, first and foremost, Mike is going to be, believe it or not, whether you agree with me or not, a decent commodity out there in free agency for the right tackle position. There are going to be teams out there that are going to offer him some good money for his services. Whether the Niners want to pay that much or not, it'll be yet to be seen. But I do say this with caution. Sometimes we got to be careful what we ask for, because we may ask something out of anger and frustration. You know, the saying goes, you don't know what you have until you don't have it any longer. What happens if we lose Mike McClinchy in free agency and we struggle badly at the right tackle? Worse than we're struggling today. We're trying to put McKivitz. We're trying to put Poe or other people in there, and they just don't work out. And as much as Mike McClinchy messes up, he's gone. Sometimes we got to be careful what we ask for. Steve Supremo says Lenore did a decent job. I'm very, very pleased with this young man. This young man has come such a long way. He played his ass off in the NFC Championship game. He's only going to get better each year. I can't wait to see what he does in 2023. Yeah, well, 11 first downs. 11 first downs were given to the Eagles on penalties. 11. I am not one to sit there and say there's conspiracy. The refs has that out for a certain team. Vegas doesn't want a team to make it somewhere, doesn't want them to win. All this conspiracy stuff, I don't buy into. But man, it is hard not to say that the referees had a hand in this. Based on what we saw. It seemed like the freaking referees did not want the San Francisco 49ers to win. And that sucks. It really does. Yeah. Well, left tackle, we have Trent Williams, so we're fine there. It's the right tackle that we're gonna find out whether we keep Mike or he goes it and plays for another team. No, it was a blown coverage by Taylor Croft, which I understand the 49ers have done this before. They have called this play before and it has been successful. But how are you going to put a third string tight end on a top, not a mediocre, not a Samson, not a Charlie Omenihu, but a top flight defensive end or pass rusher in Hassan Reddick? And you just let him beat you like that. That was not on Joe on Mike McClinchy. That was completely on the third string tight end. And it costs us not only the game, but possibly the quarterback. Hopefully he'll be ready for start of training camp, but it just sucks, man. It's just so frustrating. And like, for example, that turnover where Brock Purdy lost the ball. Okay. Everybody saw that at the very least, it was a 50-50 call. Whatever normally is called on the field by the referees, they normally don't turn over that call based on the evidence of being 50-50. You need enough evidence to overturn something. They called it incomplete. Then they reviewed it, wink, wink, and then decides to overturn it and call it that his hand was going forward. The tuck rule. And they gave the ball to the Eagles, which is crap if you ask me. Edward, welcome to the show, my friend. Hey, Beto. E Faithful, rough game, but quarterback Brock may be the future. I still want to see an open competition with Trey Lance. I still don't want to give up on Trey. I think Trey Lance could possibly be the quarterback of the future. But at the very least, a healthy competition between Brock Purdy and Trey Lance could not hurt them, but help them. They say iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens another. Let them compete. Let's see who's better. Who wants it more? Brock Purdy or Trey Lance? The question is Brock Purdy going to be available to compete start of the offseason program? That's the question. Purdy suffered a really bad injury that might not. Yeah, that's what I heard. I forgot the name of it. He's going to need surgery, and he can probably miss a long time. Christian, how you doing? Welcome. Do you think the Niners should go after Fangio, if Ryan leaves, they can't go after Fangio because Fangio already signed with the Miami Dolphins. Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator, already signed and is now the coordinator of the Miami Dolphins. So he is no longer available for the Niners to even make an option or an offer. They are saying 6 to 12 months to recover. Yeah, it's tough, man. Manuel Martinez, welcome, brother. Welcome to the channel. What's up, Niner fam? It is tough. Do you think the Niners should bring in a veteran? I'm not saying Tom Brady, but a veteran quarterback to compete with Brock and Trey, or at the very least bring that veteran presence to that locker room of quarterbacks? Or should they draft another young quarterback that can be the third quarterback of the team? Let me know in the comments. Michael, welcome to the channel. My wife had the same surgery Purdy has in 14. Had the surgery and still bothers her. Doctor said her scar tissue makes it impossible to go back in. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I'm still a believer in Trey Lance big time. I want to see Trey Lance and see his potential of why we went ahead and gave up 2 number ones and a third for him to move up to get him. I really hope that the Niners did not screw that up. And they're lucky that Brock Purdy fell in their lap, even though they drafted him. But I guarantee you the 49ers or none of us saw this coming from Brock Purdy. At least I didn't. Here's what I think we should prepare as if Purdy wouldn't be ready for the season. And that's going with, is that making Trey Lance QB1 again? And just going with Trey Lance as QB1, bringing a veteran quarterback, because I do not want to see Josh Johnson back on here, and make him a QB2, and then make Brock Purdy QB3 until he heals up. Would you be okay with the Niners go after Zimmer? That's a thought. A couple of names that I thought was Zimmer. Not Zimmer. Lovie Smith. Would be someone that I would like interested in looking into. He recommitted to the Dallas Cowboys. They went ahead and, teams were interested in interviewing in Dan Quinn for the head coach position, and he told the Cowboys that he wanted to stay with them, so he re-signed with the Cowboys, so he's not available either. And yes, Dolphins signed Fangio to their roster. Yeah. Quinn already re-signed with the Cowboys. Yeah, so he's not going to come. So available coordinators. Would it be in-house? Would the Niners go outside of the organization and bring somebody in? And who would they be looking at? Because I know D'Amico Ryan's leaving. Whether he goes to the Texans, I don't know. But I watched Fred Warner say either he slipped it out or he just said it. This was our last time together. That's what Fred Warner said. This is when he was talking to the media. This is our last time together. We came in together, and this was our last game. And he was referring to D'Amico Ryans because when Fred Warner was drafted, that was the year that D'Amico Ryans was the linebacking coach under Robert Saleh. So whether D'Amico goes to the Texans or not, it looks like he's not coming back to the Niners. So who can replace him? What's up, Jorge? Imagine the Niners get Rodgers. Rodgers costs too much money, Jorge. I mean, in a fantasy mentality, maybe, but when it comes to finances, how much Rodgers wants. Rodgers is not the type of quarterback that's going to give you a discount to get him. And he just, remember, we got to sign Bosa. And Bosa is going to be the highest non-quarterback paid player. Once the Niners sign Bosa, mark my words, he'll be the highest non-quarterback paid player. He's going to make anywhere between 32 to 33 million a year. And with that amount of money, there's no way I can see Rodgers being part of this team. I got it. Are you ready? Hire Richard Sherman for defense. I don't know. I like Sherman. I like his fire, the way he's fired up, but I don't know. He's never really coached before. And that's a huge step up. I mean, I know it sounds good. It sounds like, yeah, Richard Sherman. But I don't think he'll be the right candidate for that position with how good this defense is. Shoot, hopefully Ryan says the same thing and stays. No, like I said a minute ago, according to, I mean, anything can happen. People can change their minds. Josh Daniels did it to the Colts. Remember, he already agreed to go to the Colts, and at the last minute, he bailed out and stayed with New England Patriots. So nothing's impossible, I guess. But according to Fred Warner, it sounded like they said their goodbyes. And I honestly think he's going to the Texans. They got all that cap. He's originally he got drafted by the Texans. He has family there, so he has ties to Texas. They have a lot of draft capital that they got in the Deshaun Watson trade. I think they're like 38 or 39 million above the salary cap. So they can spend money and make that roster better. I just don't like the owners and the organization of the Texans, but it's his decision to make. Kyle got all his that's the idiotic statements people make. I mean, I don't know. I did not see Kyle Shanahan on the field with a helmet tackling any of the quarterbacks. Taylor Kraft blew his assignment. Yes, he's a third string. And yes, Kyle is for blame for putting that there. But they have done that over and over again and been successful. It just blew up in our face this time and it cost us big time. But to say that it's Kyle's fault, I just can't agree with. But to each his own. To each his own. Hold on, guys. I like drinking lemon with water, and sometimes the lemon sits to the bottom, and I take I take a sip, and I can taste the lemon, so I have to shake it around and kind of get the water and the lemon moving. Richard Sherman can do it. Herm Edwards? I don't know about Herm Edwards. I got to look at all the available quarterbacks. I mean, defensive coordinators or potential coaches that can come in and take over for D'Amico. Yes, he's a prima donna, man. Yes, he is. Would they consider a college DC like Manny Diaz? I've been hearing a little bit about that. I don't know. I don't know what Shanahan would do. I mean, the NFL is completely different from the college ranks, but Manny Diaz is a pretty good coach. I mean, that would be better than Richard Sherman, and I love Richard Sherman. I do. I just don't know if Richard Sherman is ready to be a coach. I could be wrong. I just don't see them going that way. Well, it'll be up to them if they want to come, but it's going to really up to Jed York and Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch if they want them. I know. Can you picture either Tom Brady bumping heads with Kyle Shanahan? Shanahan wants to run it the offense a certain way, and Tom Brady wants to call an audible and run it his way. I can imagine all the rift between those two. I can see Aaron Rodgers a better fit with Kyle Shanahan than Tom Brady, but I just can't see us paying all that money for Aaron Rodgers. Now, if Aaron Rodgers really wanted, but then he's under contract by Green Bay, so we will have to give a lot of capital for it. Yeah, it's just too much to get him. Get Tony Dungy out of the booth. I don't know. Tony Dungy, I love the man. He's done a lot, but he looks like he forgets things when he's on TV. What happens if he makes the wrong call? Because he's up there. I don't know. I love it. I love Tony Dungy, but I don't know. Should the Niners let Mike? Well, I don't know if they're going to let him walk, but they're not going to overpay for his services. If there's a team out there that wants to give Mike McClinchy a big contract, I doubt it if the Niners match it or offer him more. For the right price, if Mike McClinchy decides he wants to stay and they can come to a middle ground, I can see the Niners signing him. But if there's a team out there that offers him more than what he's worth, I just don't see the Niners really matching that. Thank you, Fire Kyle now. Fire Kyle now. Oh my goodness. I know. Let's fire Kyle and hire Richard Sherman as the head coach. Come on, bro. Really? Fire Kyle now? Let's go, Niners. Let's go.
Let's go, Niners. Let's go. Let's go, Niners. Let's go.
Fire. I'll be like this.
Attention. You need to fire Kyle Shanahan.
That is so ridiculous to fire Kyle. Kyle isn't going anywhere. Sherm would do it. He was a leader and loves his old teammates. But it takes more than a leader and just loving your teammates. I don't know. I'm not saying he can't, but I don't know. That'll be interesting for sure. It's an interesting thought. I'm not shooting it down. I like Richard Sherman. I love his spunkiness. But he's making a lot of money with Amazon. I think he's comfortable, and he has his podcast going on now. I don't know. I think he's pretty comfortable where he's at. See, Connor, with all due respect, I know what you're just saying is trolling, unless you really feel this way, but the Browns gave all that capital. All right, think about it for a minute. The Browns gave all that draft capital to the Houston Texans to acquire the services of Deshaun Watson. Then they gave him all that money and they made it guaranteed. They did it. Hold on, guys. So they gave all that capital for Deshaun Watson. They gave him all that money, guaranteed money, and now they're going to trade him for Trey Lance without even getting a year of him, because he was suspended for all those games. Yeah, I just don't see that happening. It's particularly pretty true. He's the head coach. He's the head coach. He's responsible. Who are you? I don't know who you're referring to. No, Kyle slander will be exactly. I agree. Purdy should have moved in the pocket. He didn't see Hassan Reddick coming. That's just the thing. He did not see him coming. Before he knew it, if he would have been able to get the ball off, Brandon Ayuk had just got open for a huge play. And unfortunately, Brock Purdy was not able to get it off because of that hit, which sucks. 6 other teams were on the fourth quarter most quarterbacks hurt this year in the league ever. And I guarantee none of those other teams made it to the NFC Championship game, right? McClinchy sucks at pass protection. Yeah, but that was never his strong suit. When he was in Notre Dame, he was a better run blocker than he was a pass blocker. And that Kyle, for some reason, loves to go with linemen that are run blockers above pass blockers. Although this year, our pass blocking linemen did a good job for the most part. They did a great job for the most part. But imagine this. If Brady came to us, this would be the best roster he's ever had in his career to play for his childhood team with a roster like ours and the quick release of Brady. I'll take it. Can we agree that Tampa Bay this year had a better offense, allowed the fewest sacks? If we're allowing a lot of sacks and a lot of hits to our quarterback, how long do you think Tom Brady will last? And this is why a lot of people blame Kyle for getting the quarterbacks hurt. 2 of his quarterbacks currently in the ICU. Okay. What's up, Corey Davis? Welcome to the channel, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Bring Richard Sherman in and just an idea. I think he could do it. I think he was sort of a coach on field as a player. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, you're talking about Shannon. Okay. For getting quarterbacks hurt. Yo. What's up? 49er Minded is in the house. How you doing, brother? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Purdy isn't to blame. He isn't. Connor Marie says, Kyle's a great offensive coordinator, but bad at some things. Well, people say that a lot of coaches could be great at being a coordinator, but kind of suck being a head coach because you have to oversee everything. Look at Nerf Turner. Nerf Turner was an excellent offensive genius. And yet he sucked as a head coach. I'm not saying that about Kyle, but I can't. Well, at least for me, Kyle is a better offensive coordinator than he is a head coach. Sometimes when you're a head coach, you just have too much responsibility in your hands and you cannot concentrate on one thing. What's up, brand new? It looks like you're an Eagles fan. Hey, congratulations to your Eagles, man. Enjoy the 2 weeks of leading up to the Super Bowl. Good luck against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm a big NFC guy. I always like to root for the NFC to always beat the AFC. I don't like the Rams. I dislike the Rams. But I rooted for the Rams over Cincinnati because I love the NFC. But, and I'm not saying you, brand new, but a lot of Eagle fans, and I understand that every fan base has their idiotic, stupid, annoying fans. But what the Philadelphia Eagle fans displayed on Sunday, the way they've been talking about how the Eagles just killed the Niners 31-7. The Niners didn't have any hope. They just sucked. We lost our starting quarterback, 2 of our quarterbacks. Instead of, and again, I'm not referring to you, brand new, but for the majority of the Eagle fans, instead of just being humble and just taking the win because they deserve to win. Because if the ball was in the other hand where Jalen Hurt got hurt and then Minshew came in and then Minshew got hurt and then Hurts had to finish the game, but he couldn't really do it, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. I'll be like, the Niners are going to the Super Bowl. That is all that matters. So from that perspective, hey, Eagle fans, enjoy it. But to talk crap and talk shit and say that you guys beat us because we sucked, I don't know. This might be the first year in my entire existence that I might root for an AFC team. Just because a lot of Eagle fans are so freaking annoying. Yep. I agree, Bashar. We draft and run blockers because we run, not pass blockers. Well, it's true in the past, but this year, we've been a more passing offense than a running offense. Previously, before, we used to run the ball to set up the run, to set up the pass, the play action. For most of the year, the Niners passed to set up the run. So we need better pass protectors. But in my opinion, this offensive line was pretty good this year. It was pretty good. No pretty intended. Imagine if Niners had Kyle as OC and Harbaugh as head coach. Those two guys will bump heads, man. Too much ego in one place. Kyle Shanahan and Jim Harbaugh will kill each other. That is just way too much ego in one locker room. That's like Bobby Ryan and Mike Ditka with the Bears. The 85 Bears won, and instead of picking up Mike Ditka, what did they do? They picked up Bobby Ryan's and lift him up. That's crazy. Never seen that before. You pick up your defensive coordinator and you leave your head coach sitting there with his thumb up his ass. Eagle fans are as delusional as me. Okay. All right. Niner sickness. The Niners are going to re-sign safety Gibson? Well, the Niners should bring him back. What he did this year was incredible. Trying to look for his name. Where is he? Hold on. I'm trying to see how much how much he wants to get paid this year. How much did we pay him last year? Give me a second. Salary cap. Oh, that's why he's not on here, because he's not counting against the salary cap. I would have to find it, but I hope they bring him back. I think he's a great safety. I think he has another year of good play for the right, and I think they can bring him back for the minimum. I don't think nobody's really going to pursue him out there. Hopefully he likes it here. This is what the Niners gave him, but I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't go and follow D'Amico Ryans. That's always a possibility. Emmanuel Mosley may follow D'Amico Ryans. Tashawn Gibson may follow D'Amico. Jimmy Ward may go follow D'Amico Ryans to the Texans if that's where he becomes the head coach of. Those are the things we're going to have to take a look at, Corey. I never thought I wanted that bastard Mahomes to win, but this year, yep, I want Mahomes to win. There you go. I don't know if I call him a bastard. I think he's a great quarterback. Listen, 5 years in the league. 5 years. In those 5 years, 3 Super Bowl appearances, 2 AFC championship appearances, and 1 Super Bowl win. And if he wins in 2 weeks, it'll be 2. That's nice to put on your resume in your first 5 years. That's crazy, man. Daniel Burry Sports is in the house. What's up, brother, from another mother? How you doing, sir? That's the frustrating part of the season. Jimmy G offense to the Trey Lance. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I think Trey Lance still is the future of this organization. I love Brock Purdy. And I would love to see an open competition between those two young men. Fight it out. Sharpen each other's tools. And make themselves better. You need different linemen, different running backs. Now, I really want to beef up that offensive line at right tackle. I really want to beef up the interior line, D-line. Again, I am done with, I don't think they'll get rid of him. But I am done with Javon Kinlaw. I do not think he's the future. I don't think he's going to be a great player. I think we got to see his ceiling. And then he has to deal with all these injuries. You know, the knee injury. I just can't see Javon Kinlaw being a great player for us. Maybe they don't move up. Maybe they don't move from him. But they got to draft or bring in a free agent. They can take that spot and make Javon a rotational piece, but not your main course. Gibson is a nobody. Well, that nobody played pretty good. That nobody played like somebody this year. I was very pleased with the what Gibson did this year. Very pleased. Niner Sickness. I'm a member of your channel. Oh, I forgot to turn that off. Oh, okay. I appreciate that. Corey Davis, man, bro, I love your heart, man. I truly love your heart and what you do for people's channels, man. You are one of a kind, Corey. Much love and respect for you. Noodles. Grant was right. What did he say? Oh, about Javon Kinlaw. If that's what I think that's what you're referring to, right? Yeah. I believe that Grant was right about Kinlaw. And I think that Kinlaw couldn't handle. I think he couldn't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. And I think that Kinlaw got frustrated with Grant because the truth hurts. And let's be honest, Grant doesn't sugarcoat anything. He tells you what is on his mind. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Kinlaw is a clown. What's up, Tracy Henderson? Welcome to the channel. We must give Trey a full season, in my opinion. If he shines, then so be it. But if not, then we have Purdy waiting. You can't go wrong with the competition. You just can't. Compete. If Brock Purdy is meant to be the starter, he will win that competition. If Trey Lance is meant to be the starter of our San Francisco 49ers, then he will win that competition. Who wants it more? At the end of the day, whether it's Trey Lance or Brock Purdy, we as the fans benefit either way. We benefit if Brock Purdy's wins that competition, or we benefit if Trey Lance wins it. The only way we don't benefit anything is if they decide to keep Jimmy Garoppolo. If they keep Jimmy Garoppolo, that is where the 49er fan base loses. But if they do a competition between Trey Lance and Brock Purdy, whoever wins it, we are the winners of that. But don't bring back Jimmy Garoppolo, please. Lord God, please. I dig the background sickness. I appreciate that. Background is fire. Appreciate that. Gotta let me see here. Different background here. Sickness. You can't handle the truth. No se puede.
You cannot handle the truth. Oh my.
Steve Supremo says he was double teamed. Listen, guys. I don't know about you guys. How you guys feel about one Samson. I don't know what you guys feel about Samson Ecocam, whatever his last name is. I know he's not a bad pass rusher. He's decent. But man, I am tired of just having a decent pass rusher. I want a pass rusher that will complement Nick Bosa. I want a pass rusher that will complement, that wants to get double digits, that is capable of getting double digits sacks. Bosa cannot be, as good as he is, cannot be the only one pursuing the quarterback. I'm sick and tired of the mediocre pass rush of Charlie Omenihu, of maybe Kerry Hyder or Samson or whatever. I want a pass rusher that will complement Nick Bosa and even challenge, because let's be honest, Nick Bosa is a competitor, is he not? But who is competing? Nobody's competing against him. Can you imagine? I'll just use Drake Jackson as an example. Let's say Drake Jackson becomes that pass rusher that we would hope he would be. right? It's the fourth game of the season, the fifth game of the season, and Nick Bosa has 6 sacks, and Dre Jackson has 6 sacks. Oh, shoot. Now Bosa is being challenged, right? Bosa is being challenged now. He's like, oh, I have 6 sacks. Drake Jackson has 6. Well, I'm going to get sack number 7 first. And then Drake Jackson says, no, I'm going to get the 7th sack first. Now you have Jackson and Bosa competing against each other to get to the quarterback and brings the best out of them. Right now, ain't nobody challenging Bosa. And a Bosa already has 18 and a half sacks this year without being challenged. Imagine if we have another pass rusher that would challenge Bosa. How much better Bosa would be, if you can even imagine that. I want a pass rusher that can compete and challenge Bosa. I also want a big, fatter than me, in the middle, clogging that hole. I want a Vita Vea nasty D-tackle playing alongside of Bosa and Eric Armstead. Imagine imagine Drake Jackson being a very competitive pass rusher, Eric Armstead, a Vita Vea type of D-tackle, and then Nick Bosa. Now that, my friends, this is what I do admire Philadelphia and their pass rush. Because all of them have double-digit pass rush, so all of them challenge each other. Matter of fact, they even have a race to who gets to the quarterback first. That competition within itself brings the best out of you. How many of you don't want to be better than your coworker? Right? Exactly. Competition is the best thing for a team. The Eagles' shoulder pads getting low on the goal line. I'm down for competition, but we didn't have one this year, so I don't see it. Well, Jimmy was on his way out. Jimmy should not have been part of the Niners in 2022. Brock Purdy was a 7th round pick. The last pick, Mr. Irrelevant. He at the start of this season, there's no way Kyle was going to see him being a challenge for Trey. So they gave the reins automatically to Trey Lance. That's why you didn't see no competition. But now that we saw and Kyle firsthand seen what Brock Purdy can do, now you're going to see competition if Brock Purdy is ready to go from this injury between him and Trey Lance. I agree. Let them battle it out. But it's a win-win situation, especially for us, the fan base, of course. The only way we lose is if they bring back Jimmy G. I'm telling you. Carlos is in the house. What's up, Carlos? What do you think about Joey Bosa in a Niner uniform? Listen, I have nothing but the most respect for Joey Bosa. He is a Charger fan. I know he's going to get a lot of grief from his fan base. The idiot ones, at least. Because I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be pissed if Nick Bosa was wearing a Chargers jacket in support of his brother. Joey's not doing it for the Niners. He's doing it for his brother, Nick. The fact that he would come to the Niner game, go to the Super Bowl and wear a Niner jacket and get into it with Eagle fans. If I did not like Joey Bosa then, I do like him now. I thought that was awesome. What's up, my brother? Beto, hello, man. Wiping my feet. Thank you, Julio, for wiping your feet. Welcome to the channel. Wipe your feet, hit that like button. Thank you, sir. Ikem is okay, but he's not worth what we pay him. No, he wasn't. Listen, this is something you guys are. I don't know if you guys knew this. If you knew this, you're gonna understand this. If you didn't, you're gonna be like, really? Get this. When they brought in, and this is not gonna make John Lynch look good right now, or Kyle, unfortunately. But when they brought in Samson as a free agent, they brought him in for 2 years. I forgot what they gave him, 6.5 or 2 years or 12. Hassan Reddick, the same guy that took out our quarterback on Sunday when he was leaving Arizona. The Niners had an opportunity to sign him. And he wanted to come to the Niners, but the Niners wanted a 2-year commitment, and Hassan Rodham wanted a 1-year commitment and wanted the same amount of money that the Niners gave Samson for 2 years. So the Niners decided, well, we're going to pay 12 for 2 years, 6 each year, or we're going to give 12 for 1 year. But imagine Hassan Reddick being that player that I talked about earlier about challenging Nick Bosa. Imagine Nick Bosa and Hassan Reddick on the same team, and he was available, but the Niners chose Samson over him, and he went to Carolina for a year. That pissed me off big time. And that first year with Carolina, he had double-digit sacks. Then he went back home to the Eagles, where he's originally from, and had what? 12 sacks? No. 16 sacks. He led the team in sacks. Frustrating. Not only that, but I don't know if you guys remember when Crosby, I forgot his first name, but the defensive end for the Raiders, you know that the Raiders jumped up and got him, and the Niners were going to pick him in the draft? Imagine Crosby and Bosa playing alongside each other. OMG. What's up, Rich Abbott? Welcome to the channel, my friend. Niners will be back. Beautiful background. Thank you. Thank you, Rich. Hyder isn't the same guy we had in 2020. No, he was the guy that got cut by the Seahawks more than the guy that left from us. Now, I doubt it if they're going to let him go up in Jacksonville, but Arden Key had a freaking year in Jacksonville. That's a guy that I would love to bring back, but I doubt it. Quarterbacks need to be ready to start. Exactly. Dumb move for the Niners to not activate Drake Jackson. Yeah, I don't know that why he was a healthy scratch. I don't know why he's a healthy scratch. Why is he a healthy scratch? Don't know, man. That is boggling. What is up, my friend, my brother, my youngster? 49er Media, welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast, my friend. How are you doing, sir? Good to see you. I'm sure he could have helped us. 2 touchdowns, we didn't even touch the running back. Yeah, they ran on us, but hey, they're top receivers. And they didn't really, you know what? Let me take it back. They really didn't run on us. I think Sanders had, 43 yards? They were running like 3.2, 3.3 yards per carry. Give me a break. That's not running on us. Both of their receivers, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, combined didn't have more than 60 yards, which means Lenore and Mooney were handling their business. Kudos to Mooney and Lenore. This is why, if Brock Purdy would have never got hurt, what the possibilities would have been. Listen, this is me. Even if we would have lost 31-7, but we played the Eagles with all our players healthy and they just kicked our ass, me personally would have been okay with it. I wouldn't have liked it, but I would accept it because they just outplayed us. The better team won. But they didn't play us at our best. They played us handicapped. It's like you get 2 players or 2 what do you call those UFC fighters, and those 2 UFC fighters, you tie their arm to their leg so they can't use their arm or leg, and they fight another fighter with both of their feet and both of their arms. How's the one that has his leg and arm tied have a chance to win? And that's the way it was once Brock Purdy went down. The Niners became a handicapped team. And kudos to the Eagles. Their defense took advantage of our situation, which a good defense should do. But for them to brag about kicking our butt and they dominated us and we never had a chance. They're right about that. We never had a chance because we lost our damn quarterback. But if we would have had a healthy, never got hurt Purdy, I guarantee you it would have not been 31-7. I guarantee you the Niners had a good chance of winning that game. So Eagle fans can dismiss me with all that. We are the better team. We kicked your ass. You never had a chance. Blah, blah, blah stuff. You guys will never know. Because, and listen, guys, it might, and it's fine with me. Playing us handicap might be a disadvantage for the Eagles. Why? Because even though the Eagles won and they're advancing to the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes, even with his ankle hurt, with 2 weeks rest, you're going to be playing a very good Kansas City game. Now, if you would have played us at our best and beat us, then I can see you guys going into the Super Bowl with confidence. But you beat a wounded animal. And you're going to go into the Super Bowl with confidence? That's what I call false confidence. You beat a team. They could not pass the ball. You put 10 in a box. You didn't care about Debo or Kittle or Ayuk anymore because you know the ball was not going to go to them. So you played a handicap team. Now you're heading to the Super Bowl, and you're going to play a very good team in Kansas City. Not only a good team, but they've been to the Super Bowl before. They know what to expect in the Super Bowl. They know the extractions that a Super Bowl brings. Getting all the family there, getting all the tickets for the family, all that distraction. They have done it this will be their third time. The Eagles are going to the Super Bowl for the very first time under this regime. The Kansas City Chiefs are more prepared than the Eagles will be. Let's see if the Eagles get caught with their pants down. Yeah. Shoot, I'll even take 50% because honestly, Javon Kinlaw is negative 10%, in my opinion. Every team has 2 to 3 weaknesses. Can't be top of all positions, though. You're right. There's not 100% team that has no weaknesses. Eagles scouting department killed it in the regard of, unfortunately, in the regard. You're talking about the offensive guards? Oops, am I passing somebody up? Hold on. I pray to God that I am still here to see the Niners win this. Listen, the Niners are close, man. You are a young man, Corey. I understand your situation with your illness, and we're praying for you, man. I'm always praying for you. But the Niners are close. They are close. And I can't make no promises to you. I can't even make promises to myself. But let's pray that you do get a chance and you will see the Niners win a Super Bowl. Many times over. Because you ain't going anywhere, brother. Did Bosa really say Philly stole elections? I don't know. I didn't hear that. Beto, love bus like Kinlaw. Beto loves bus like Kinlaw. What's up, FOT 210? I love bus like Kinlaw. If you're referring if I was an advocate for Kinlaw in the beginning, of course I was. Why wouldn't it be? I advocate for every player we draft. If they put on the shield, the SF shield, I'm going to support until they prove otherwise. You come, Kalia Davis, I'm going to be an advocate for. All next year, I'm going to talk about Kalia Davis. If he proves that he is worthy of it, I will continue to talk about him. If he turns out to be, and I'm not saying he will, a Javon Kinlaw, then I will get away from it. But any team, any player that comes in, I'm going to be an advocate for until otherwise. Joey Bosa is awesome, but he does get hurt a lot. Cool that he supported his brother like that in Philly. Chase Young signed 4-year of the Commanders, right, bro? No. Well, yes. He's a number 1 draft pick, so he signed a 4-year with a 5th-year option. So he signed a 4-year with a 5th-year option because he's a first rounder. Truly hilarious to see him make excuses for that bust. I don't know if you're. I don't even know if you're a Niner fan and you're just a troll. But hey, welcome. I love trolls too, man. I love trolls. As long as trolls can be cool, I'm good with trolls. I have thick skin, bro. Thick skin. I don't grow up in the east side with weak skin. Corey Davis, it's going to happen. The Niners are going to do it. I am praying for you. We are. That's right, Brian. That is right, brother. We're all praying for Corey. Man, I wish we had gotten Riddick from Arizona. Apparently, he's from Philly. Now, when he left Carolina to go to and the choice was available to go to Philly, I think if the Niners and Philadelphia were in the mix for him at that time, leaving Carolina last year, I think he would have chosen Philadelphia because that's where he's from. But when he left Arizona, Philadelphia was not even in the mix. And he was just in Arizona, so California is one state over. So he wanted to come to the Niners. And once here, once you play for a team, I don't know why Carolina let him go. But that's Carolina's just a stupid organization anyway. If he would have came to the Niners, I think he would have got acquainted with Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, and everyone else, and he would have stayed and signed a bigger contract. Who knows? But neither here or there anyway, because he didn't. See, this is where I mean troll. Why would you fire John Lynch? This is where I if you want to be, at least if you're going to be a troll, identify who you really are. It's funny how people can be trolls and there's no picture, no name. It's probably Rudy from the Remilia Sports Report. Ikeban is a free agent. I guess we do not sign him. I don't know. I'm just tired of the. I mean, he's a great rotational pass rusher. And if the Niners sign him to a decent contract as a rotational pass rusher, I'm okay with that. But I do not want to sign him to starter money. In my opinion, Sampson is not a starter. He's a great rotational, but not starter money. And if he wants starter money, then most likely he's going to go to another team. I hope the Niners don't decide to overpay for Sampson. To me, it's not worth it. Lynch is one of the best things going on for the Niners. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Trolls are going to be trolls, man. It's all good, though. You got to, trolls got to do their shit, right? Yep. Mariah is in the house. What's up, Mariah? Welcome. Welcome to the late night show with Niner Sickness. Mariah, the other day, I was invited to Mariah's channel. Go make sure to support her. Make sure to support Mariah at 49 Faithfully and also support my boy 49er Minded at 49er Minded. Go if you're not already, which I assume everyone is already, but if you're not subscribed to neither of their channels, please go and show them some love. We had a great time. Had a great time with my sis. Me and Mariah have a lot of things in common. And we understand each other. And she's amazing. Much love for you, Mariah. Hurts should have had 90 passing yards and 28 yards. Yep. He's going to struggle, watch. He's not playing healthy. He is not completely healthy. He's not completely healthy. And, well, neither is Patrick Mahomes. But there's something to say about experience, right? Andy Reid and the Chiefs, this will be their third trip to the Super Bowl. They know what to expect when it comes to getting tickets for their families, getting all that situated, all the media and the hoopla. They are already familiar on what to do. You're getting an Eagles team that's going to come in with big bushy eyes, looking at everything like, wow, wow, wow. And you never know. That lack of experience in the Super Bowl might hurt the Eagles. But we'll see. I just hope it's a great game. And to be honest with you, I don't care who wins, but just because the Eagle fans are so freaking annoying, I'm leaning more for the Chiefs because the Eagle fans make you hate the Eagles, even if you really don't hate the Eagles. I'm unfaithful in relationships. Oh, Neto, but too much information there, Steve, but okay. Huh. Are you talking about, that guy, Mr. Troll? Just call him Mr. Troll. Our corners did a great job. It's unfortunate that we were crippled on offense. Yeah. Yeah. Once he went down, it was devastating. This is why people are talking shit about the Niners defense, how they were like melting away, they were losing their self-control, and they were acting like how they normally don't act. It's because they were frustrated. People don't realize how hard it is to get to an NFC championship game. All the work, all the commitment, all the sweat, everything you deny to get yourself in position to get there, and everything like a fart in the wind goes away because of an injury to your quarterback. That's frustrating. So the Niner defense was frustrated. And listen, frustration or not, what my hero, yes, I called him my hero, Trent Williams did, I loved it. I 100% back him up. The way he threw that idiot on his back, Trey, I love you, man. You did it. You did it when you were on the Commanders, formerly known the Redskins, and when Richard Sherman was with the Seahawks. For those that don't know, when Richard Sherman was with the Seahawks and Trent Williams was with at that time the Redskins, they got into an altercation, and Mr. Sherman got a little too close, and he got popped in the lips by Trent Williams. You don't want to mess around with big boy Trey. You don't want to mess around with big boy Trey. Let me tell you. He will kick you. But the way he pulled him like a rat, like a raw dog, just threw him, I loved it, man. I must have seen that over and over again. It's hard to do the wild card when you have 10 in a box, man. I'm telling you. They knew what was coming. They knew we couldn't pass the ball. They knew we were going to run. What kind of run? But they knew we were going to run, so they stacked up the line with 10 defenders. When they know you're going to run and they abandon the pass, yeah, I don't care if you do Wildcat, Sabercat, or whatever. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. I don't blame Jimmy all the bashing the fans did on him, but he was a scooter 3 days before the game. And the whole thing, listen, I'm not a Jimmy G fan, okay? But people are pissed off that Jimmy was smiling in the sideline. That's what he does. Jimmy's probably smiles for everything. I understand you may not like Jimmy because of his ceiling on the field, whatever. You hate him, but I'm not gonna interfere, but I get a crack out of it. Stupid Jimmy. He was smiling on the sideline. That's what it's like. I don't know. That's who he is. It's like saying, stupid Jimmy. He's an Italian. That's who he is. I don't know, but I thought I was anyway. People can think what they want. I think that's funny though. I'm not a Jimmy fan, but I'm not going to be mad because he was smiling. I mean, that's just nitpicking in my opinion. I'm looking forward to next season when we play the Eagles at their stadium. Absolutely. Absolutely, Carlos. That'll be something fun to watch. Let me bring this one up first. Sirianni going to look like a clown. Eagles won, but they didn't play the Niners with a house. Yeah, they didn't play the Niners at their best. So this false of we are warriors. It's like I'm gonna go fight. I'm gonna go fight Mike Tyson at his best, and I go and fight this little small guy. I'm not gonna say midget, but which I did, and I beat his ass. Right? Isn't that like false confidence going into a fight with Mike Tyson? I fought this little guy, and I kicked his butt, knocked him out. Now I'm gonna go face Mike Tyson, and I'm under this false pretense that I'm good. But if I would have fought, I don't know, Oscar de la Hoya at his best and beat him, I would be confident that I can beat Mike Tyson. You get my point. I'm not a big boxing guy. But the fact that they didn't play the Niners at their best and now they're going to play Cincinnati, good luck, Eagles. Good luck, Eagles. Acting like he should be. Yep. Yeah, he. You know, people like that want attention. What's this, bro? You're not putting your phone number out there, are you? I hope that's not your phone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Bashar, I don't know if that's your phone number or not, bro, but yeah, you don't want, especially a troll. Oh my God, he'll never stop calling you. It's not a secret. I like Jimmy G, but I don't like the smile face. That's who he is. That's who he is. I don't know. I'm gonna judge a player based on his performance, on what he does and doesn't do on the field. I can really care less if he smiles, if he doesn't, if he looks good, if he doesn't, if he picks his ass while he's sitting, if he's picking his nose and eats his burger, when when he thinks the camera's off. That's all extra for me. What can you do on the field? But when fans are like, he was smiling, how dare him smile? Who cares? I mean, I don't know. That's me. Who cares? Then don't like I don't Then don't like Trey Smile or Debo's after the game or Kittle. Just Jimmy is what bugs me. I like, well, it's not that I like or dislike. I just don't care what they do off the field or on the sidelines as long as they're producing on the field. You know what I mean? I don't know. To each his own. Reddick is a dirty player. I don't know if he's a dirty player. I don't know he's not. So I'm not going to sit here and argue with you, Connor. I will have to look into that. But I don't perceive him being a dirty player, but I don't know. I don't like the shade that's being put on Jimmy G. Hate is real. Trey was standing next to him. We don't know why they were, but why is everybody so focused on them smiling? Maybe Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo were talking about the sideline reporter and how hot she looked. Or they were looking at Slim Shady over there advocating for the Eagles, looking stupid, and they both laughed. I mean, nobody knows why they laughed and why they had a smile on their face, but I guarantee you they weren't smiling because Brock got hurt or we're losing or they don't care. I mean, what do you want them to do? Look like that the whole game because we're losing? I don't know. Okay, brother. Good night. I'm going to get off of here soon, too. Oh, my goodness. Almost 2 hours. Every time I go on by myself, I tell myself, I put no thumbnail. I'm going to go live. Let's see who pops up. I probably go live for a half hour to an hour maybe. And now I'm about to hit 2 hours. I'll shut it down at the 2 hour mark. But good night, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Blessings to you and your family, my friend. All the Trey picks had Trey cropped out weird. It's Rombo. Who's Rombo? The game was over early. Think they just having fun. Debo didn't cry this time. Was different. Yeah, it was a different vibe. It wasn't a close game. It was a frustrating game. It sucked. But what can they do? I mean, it's not like if they get angry or cry, they're going to win. I don't know. Everybody deals with emotions different. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Me and Mariah go back like babies and pacifiers. Ooh. Had a great time. Much love to you. Likewise, Mariah. Likewise. Let me go forward because you're right. I am behind on my comments. Oh crap. I was really behind. Whatever he does is whatever because he's not on our team anymore. Here is my phone number. 408-499-4949. Crazy guys. That's a very good question. What is the best game you ever attended or your first game? Can everybody remember their very first game they watched the 49ers play in person? My sources say Lance farted, and then they were laughing. You don't have to blame anybody. Fun fact. Very good point. A very good point. Fresh Prince, aka Will Smith, had a song called I Think I Can Beat Mike Tyson. Oh, did he? Oh, sweet. So, free agents, as I come to a close. Let's see, hold on, guys. Dead cat money. All right, here we go. Unrestricted free agents. Unrestricted free agents. Jimmy Garoppolo. Josh Johnson. Oh my God. Bye-bye to both of those. Tight end Ross Dwally. Tight end Kyler Croft. Tight end Jordan Matthews. Center Jake Brundle. Right guard Daniel Brunskill. Right tackle Mike McClinchy. Defensive end Jordan Willis. Defensive end Samson Ikukam. Defensive end Kerry Hyder Jr. Defensive end Charlie Amenihue. D tackle T.Y. McGill. I would love to bring T.Y. McGill back at a reasonable price. D tackle Maurice Hurst. I don't know about Maurice Hurst. That dude cannot stay healthy. Nose tackle Hassan Ridgeway. That's another one that I would like to bring back at a decent price. Aziz Al-Shair. I would like to bring him back, but I don't know if we can afford him. I think some teams were going to come after him and probably take him away, but I would love for him to come back. Cornerback Emmanuel Mosley. Maybe because he got hurt, didn't really get a chance to play, teams may not pursue him heavily. But I wouldn't be surprised if he follows DeMeco Ryans to wherever DeMeco Ryan goes. But I would love to bring Emmanuel Mosley back. Jason Verrett, not so much. I'm ready to move on from Jason Verrett. Great story. He's a local kid, but he can never be healthy enough to play. And if you're not healthy enough, I need healthy, available players. Free safety, Jimmy Ward. Now, Jimmy Ward, I would love to bring back. I would love to bring back Jimmy Ward at a good price, but I doubt it. If he takes a pay cut, I think he's going to get offered some good money out there in free agency. Now, this cat right here, we might bring back. Deshaun Gibson Jr. I don't know what your thoughts on Deshaun Gibson Jr., but I like this guy. When Jimmy Ward got hurt, they brought in Deshaun Gibson Jr. to replace Jimmy Ward while Jimmy Ward healed up. And he never gave the job back to Jimmy Ward. And a lot of it had to do because we lost our corner as well. So, but still, I would love to bring Gibson back. Free safety Tavarius Moore. I like Tavarius Moore, but he's always injured. I want to see what you guys' thoughts are on Tavarius Moore. Should we bring him back? I know he won't cost us that much, and I doubt it if other teams will really pursue him. Kicker Robbie Gould. Do we really sign him to another big contract? Or do we move on? Now, before you say move on from Robbie Gould, remember the kicker from the Dallas Cowboys. I'm just saying. And then you have long snapper Tabor Peppers. We need to bring him back. Restricted free agents. Colton McKivitz. D tackle Kevin Givens. And linebacker Demetrius Flagan Foles. And then you got your exclusive restricted free agent in receiver Juwan Jennings. And then all the players that are in the practice squad is running back Tevin Coleman, receiver Tay Martin, receiver Willis Snead, receiver Das Newsom, center Keitho Ismail, right guard Jason Poe, left tackle Leroy Watson, right tackle Alfredo Gutierrez. I wonder if, oh man, can you imagine if Alfredo Gutierrez can start playing a right tackle and play good? I know it's a long shot. You got defensive end Alex Barrett, defensive end Kamiko Toure, D tackle Michael Dumfleur. Oh my God, I sounded retarded saying that. D tackle Akeem Spence. Linebacker Curtis Robinson. Linebacker Marcelino McCary Ball. Corner Dante Johnson. Don't act like you don't know who that is. And this cat right here. I'm telling you, keep an eye on this guy's name. This cat right here is going to be somebody in the NFL. Corner. And I'm going to butcher his first name. I'm going to screw it up. Contras Knight. That guy is going to be special. And then you have the rabbit, Janarius Jenkins. And then you have free safety, Taylor Hopkins. Those are all the players that need to be either brought back, we're going to lose, or let go. Gibson is going to be 33, but he's playing really, really good. And no, Hufanga is not a fraud. And no, Hufanga does not suck ass. That is idiotic remark. All Travarius Moore did this year was play special teams. Yep. He doesn't do much. What he does do consistently is get hurt. That's what he does. I give him that. Consistently gets hurt. He used to get INTs for us in 2019, but that's how many years ago now? What can you do for me lately? Or what have you done for me lately? It's the mantra that people go by, right? If Huff cut his hair, oh my goodness. Now, I'm assuming you're just being funny and, ha ha ha. But, yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm not touching that one before I say something that probably regret. Run it back. Is the GOAT. He's a pretty good long snapper. I gotta admit. Long snapping isn't easy. 100% agree. I agree 100%. I heard the people saying Lamar was dead. Lamar was dead. Um, Lamar. Lamar Jackson, did he get in an accident? What? No. Um, I think you're thinking about the other guy. What's his name? Um, from the Buffalo Bills. What's his name? What's his name? Damar Hamlin? I think you're referring to Damar Hamlin, which I think he did that. I mean, when you're unresponsive and they gotta start, you know, CPR, but he's fine now. I don't know if you ever play football again, but by the grace of God, he's fine. Yeah, see? Bashar said it here too. You mean Damar Hamlin? That's probably what he meant. This Bryant, you're just straight up. You have no love for his name, right? You went from Lamar to Samar. You went from Lamar to Samar. No, it's not Lamar. It's Samar. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Butchering his name like it was nobody's business. Matthew Navarro in the house. What's up, What's up, Matthew? What's up, homies? I'm not on Twitter. Usually don't hear bogus rumors.
I knew you were being funny. We appreciate that. Over.
Attention, Niner Sickness Podcast. I will be turning it down, shutting it down in about 5 minutes. I do want to appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with your boy at this hour. I am 20 deep and it's midnight. You guys are awesome. All right, enough of that echo. Do you think that our window closing? See, a lot of people say that. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with the defensive coordinator situation. Who do we replace D'Amico with? But when you have a quarterback, okay, when you have a quarterback, let me see here, against the cap. Where is it? Where is it? Salary cap. Trey Lance. Salary is $3,007,060. Brock Purdy salary in 2023 is $870,000. And we know that Brock Purdy can take us to the NFC Championship game. He did it. We know that Trey Lance has the capability to do so as well. When you have two quarterbacks with a capability of getting you to where you need to go, and you're only paying them that amount of money, your window isn't going to close right away. Now, from the perspective of Trent Williams getting older, Kittle getting older, all that, yes. Your window starts to narrow down. But financially, they're going to pay pretty hefty for Nick Bosa. They're going to give him about 32 to 33 per year. He's going to be the highest non-quarterback paid player. when it's all said and done. And well deserved. But with the salary cap going up, Brandon Ayuk is a first round pick. So even if we don't sign him right away, we can always pick up his 5th-year option. Debo and Kittle already signed. Fred Warner's already signed. We already signed Greenlaw. Maybe we sign Aziz and keep him. I don't think our window is closing. I think our window is still open for another 5 years. Now we need to get our ass in the Super Bowl and win it. But I don't think that it's closing anytime soon, in my opinion. Let me know if you think otherwise. Let me know if you think otherwise in the chat. Jamar, it was an accident. I have fat fingers and wear glasses. I love Bryant, man. I got chubby fingers too, and I wear glasses. I just didn't put them on. I feel you, Bryant. I feel you, brother. And I seen you. You look like you're haven't eaten in a year next to me. So stop it, Bryant. Stop it. Gotta act quick. Oh, okay, Connor. That explains it. If you've been... That explains it, bro. And you've been cool. I mean, you have said some crazy stuff, but for the most part, you're pretty cool dude, man. I have no problem with your... I may not agree with some things you said, but you're cool, bro. I've seen more stupid people drunk that say things that are just totally disrespectful, and you are not one of them, my friend. So thank you for being cool and keeping it cool. FOT 2010 acted more like a fool, and he's probably sober. Haven't even thought of us, Bosa. Yeah, he's going to be the highest paid non-quarterback, man, and rightfully deserved. He deserves it. He really does. I just hope that the Niners, whether it's via draft or free agency, really, really bring someone that can really complement Nick Bosa. They can challenge Nick Bosa, going after the quarterback, make it funner for Nick Bosa. Because I guarantee Samson doesn't challenge Nick Bosa. Eric Armstead, somewhat. Javon Kinlaw, the only thing he can go after is a small reporter. That's it. Maybe somebody should get glasses or eye contacts and put it on Kinlaw when he's sleeping that looks like that certain reporter. So whenever he plays against an offensive lineman, they look like that individual, and maybe Kinlaw might be effective. Maybe. Never know. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get off of here. My ass hurts. I've been sitting here for 2 hours. It's been 2 hours since I've been on here. My butt hurts. Guys, make sure to hit the like button. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for doing what you guys do, man. You guys are amazing. Everybody in the chat, everybody that made a comment, appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your support. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. You guys have a blessed night, and we'll see you on the next Niner Sickness podcast. Until then, always remain faithful to the shield. Peace.